Here's a video designed for do-it-yourselfers, people who don't have the experience repairing floors. I just wanted to give you an idea of what you could be up against, or what might need to be removed, or what sits on top of what, kind of a thing. And let's start with the bathroom cabinet. Vanity. It sits on top of the floor and can be removed quite easily. Same thing with a toilet. The toilet can be removed with a couple of bolts and disconnecting the water supply. The bathtub, on the other hand, is going to be a little more difficult, and in some cases practically impossible to remove if it's only a minor repair. Major repairs might require the bathtub or the shower to be completely removed, depending upon how bad the damage is. And in some cases, we won't know how bad the damage is unless these items are removed. So let's go ahead and take a look at our first example. The gray area will represent the water-damaged subflooring. And if it's located in the center of the bathroom, you won't need to remove the vanity, the sink, the toilet, or the bathtub. This is going to be something that's going to be a little easier to repair. I'm going to make another video. I'm going to provide a link for you in this video to go to the next video on how to repair different areas of the bathroom floor. But in this video, I just wanted to focus on what you could run into if the damage is located in different spots. For example, if the damage is underneath the cabinet, it will need to be removed. And in some cases, the cabinet is going to be difficult to remove. You're not just going to be able to pop this baby up. It might be a built-in cabinet. If this is the case, then you will need to make an assessment of the damage and go from there. Sometimes you're actually going to be able to repair up to the cabinet, make the repairs up to the cabinet, and securely fasten everything instead of removing the cabinet. But that's not what this video is about. I'm just kind of showing you some different problems what you might need to do if you run into damage in different spots. In the next example, the damage is underneath the cabinet and the toilet, in which case the cabinet would need to be removed and the toilet would need to be removed also. Like I said, in some cases you're not going to remove the cabinet if it's too difficult. Now, if you have a small spot underneath the toilet, the bathtub, you might not need to remove the bathtub. Even a little larger spot, you might be able to just repair the damage up to the bathtub. And this is critical because the bathtubs are going to be extremely difficult to remove. You're not just going to unbolt these things. You might need to remove all the tile backing, the bathtub surround, etc. So that's one of the reasons why I'm kind of going into a lot of detail in this particular video. Now, what happens if you have the damage underneath the bathtub and the wall? And this is common. This is extremely common, where it's actually went into the next room. You could, in a situation like this, find yourself in a major home repair, depending upon how much damage it would have done to the framing. But you could actually, in a situation like this, remove the subflooring, the plywood, or your 1x6, whatever is holding up the house there, and slide it underneath the wall. This might be an option if you have something like this, or you might be able to replace the damage on each side. But this could be a major can of worms depending upon what's in the other room. Here's another example. You got the damage underneath the front of the toilet and the walls. This would be another tough one to assess, just exactly how much you would need to repair. Here it is under the corner of the bathtub and the wall. And here it is in the back of the room, corner of the room, and obviously in the corner of the bathroom. And it's hard to tell how much damage is actually done until you remove or you can somehow examine the area under the bathtub. Now here it is. This is common. Here's one where you got a little spot in the front, but if we remove the bathtub, it's a huge spot rotted. And the only way, again, you'd be able to figure something like this out would be if you actually removed the bathtub. Here's another picture of it, just a different angle with the bathtub back on it. Here's an upper view of a wider spot. Again, this would be difficult to tell how much damage is actually underneath the bathtub. But once you start to get into an area like this, where the damage is covering the main support of the front of the bathtub, then there's a good chance you're going to need to remove the bathtub, because eventually it's not going to have anything holding it up. And this is our last picture, I believe. If you have the damage that's widespread throughout the bathroom, then you'll probably need to remove everything and do all of the framing repairs before reassembling and putting everything together. There are times when there is going to be no other choice. You are not going to have a choice. You will need to remove everything and do a complete bath remodel. So anyway, that's it. I'm going to try and make another video to provide you with how to actually do the different types of repair. So this could actually lead into between a 5 and a 10 part video series.